What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Running Podcast. We are Movies on the Radio. This is episode 5 of the podcast. The day we're recording this is Monday, October 19th. And we're chilling right now. I have my two special guests with me, Luis Torres. Say what's up to the people.
Hello, I'm still here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we have our other special guest, Grayson Bolding, the man who sleeps while we're recording the podcast. Say what's up.
uh, hey, hi.
And on the podcast today, we have our very first co-host, joined by Innes, one of my friends from Scotland. Great guy. Say what's up to the people, Guinness.
What's up to the people? I did the funny.
You did the thing.
Did the
All
thing.
right.
Said
Awesome.
exactly.
Do you wanna?
Podcast.
You
Let's get
wanna-
this. Let's get this going. Let's get this going.
get this going? Do you wanna shout out your like social medias for people to find you if they want to?
No,
No, not really.
don't do that.
Okay, we're fine.
What,
Well,
what,
it's
what
like-
part, wait, what part of Scotland are you from?
Yeah. What part of Scotland?
5. It's on the east side.
The east side of Scotland. That's
Yeah.
cute. What's it like? How's the weather?
It's very very normal. It's like wet quite often, but that's whatever.
You guys
Okay.
wear masks over there, like regularly?
Yeah, when you have to go into stores, yeah.
Yeah, isn't Scotland like very good on like coronavirus right now?
They're supposed to be, but cases still going up. So
Right.
whatever. We're just talking about movies, not COVID.
He's right. We're so right. And so with that, we'll get into our quick bites really quick. We have a couple. We're not going to focus on it too much, but we're just going to run through them. So this one's for Grayson. The Rock confirms Black Adam begins filming in spring of 2021. Luis, how do you feel about this?
Cool.
Good for The Rock. What about you, Grayson? How do you feel?
I'm a little sad because if it
Right.
starts filming in 2021, we're probably not gonna get it till maybe late 2022.
Mm-hmm.
2 whole years we gotta wait. I don't know if I can do it. It'll be rough.
Oh, what about you, Ines? How are you feeling about this?
I'm intrigued. I liked Shazam, and hasn't The Rock been wanting to do this movie for a really long time, basically.
Yeah.
But I imagine if lockdown and stuff, whatever, like quarantine continues,
Yeah.
if this movie just stops getting filmed.
Yeah, it's been like on and off again between like,
2025 release. Maybe even later.
yeah. Who cares? It comes out when it
Oh,
comes out.
who
It's
cares?
cash.
It comes out when it comes out.
I'm never a
Sure.
fan of like these news where it's like this movie's gonna begin filming in this year.
Right.
Just tell me when the
Got a lot.
movie's
It doesn't-
coming out.
yeah,
I
it
don't-
doesn't.
I
It
don't give
doesn't tell us a whole
fuck.
lot.
Tell me when the movie's
Well,
coming out, and I'll give it.
Fine, we'll move on. Michael B. Jordan is set to produce DC's Static Shock film. How do you feel about this, Luis?
Bro, Static Shock is such a like awful character.
Shut the fuck up. No, he's not.
What the fuck? He flies on garbage lids? Bro, come on.
Nah,
It
this
is cool
sounds
that he's
good.
getting more attention though.
Nah.
Wait, is he just producing?
Yeah, supposedly he's just producing.
Oh, okay. I
He'll
mean,
probably be
I'm
like-
excited about this more than I am Black Adam, for sure.
Right, Static Shock's just a cooler character. What about you, Grayson? How do you feel about Static Shock?
I had never actually heard about Static Shock until I had read this.
Mm.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He's a black superhero.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's really cool. You have to be around to understand. Like, do you know
Yeah.
about him, Innes?
Understandable.
I've heard of him, but literally don't know anything about him.
No. He's fucking sick. You're right. You had to watch the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was guessing. I was
No.
guessing it was like
Yeah,
one of
I
the.
had to look up to see what it was. It was like a 2000s animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the 2000s animation like looks pretty sick. Like I'd
Yeah.
go back and watch this.
Yeah, it has very 90s animation, but it was good.
I'm
I
hyped
did
now.
enjoy it. Yeah, good for them. Next on the show notes, we have Dexter will return for a 10-episode limited series at Showtime 8 years after the original show ended. Do we have the Dexter fans in here?
Yeah, I'm a Dexter fan.
All right, how do you feel?
The first 4 seasons were produced by this guy, which are the best seasons of the show, so I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
about you, Grayson? Are you excited
Never
for
seen
Dexter?
Dexter. No.
Right. And that leaves us with Innes. Have you seen Dexter, Innes?
No.
No.
What?
Okay. Yeah, I don't give a shit about Dexter.
What? Oh my god.
The only thing that's come from Dexter is that funny surprise, motherfucker. That's it.
Oh yeah, from Pukes. Yeah.
Yeah, the funny one. Well, I guess we can move on. I guess.
No, we can't move on. Dexter is one of like the best dramas of this decade, and you guys haven't seen it.
Let
Do
him
you want
talk.
us to watch
Let
it?
him like convince
All
us.
right,
Convince us.
talk about it. Yeah,
It's
talk about it.
basically this guy. His name is
Okay.
Dexter, and he's a serial killer, but he only kills bad guys, so it's okay.
Oh, he's
And
many here.
slowly, as the show progresses, he basically like deteriorates because he tries to be human, like a normal person.
This
Yeah.
just sounds like Death Note.
No,
Yeah.
no, because he's not like an egoist like Light is. Like he genuinely tries to be human. Because when he's
Okay.
killing people, he's not like I'm making a better world. He never once says that. He knows he's just doing it to like to fill an inner desire.
Mhm.
That's the whole interest. Yeah.
Okay.
How many seasons is it? Was it?
I think there's 7, but you should only watch the first 4 because after the first 4, the
Okay.
original showrunner leaves and it gets really, really bad.
You think this new guy? Wait. So it's the guy who directed the first
Originally
4.
did it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. You think he has a good chance of bringing it back?
Yeah, maybe the show ends in like a really vague spot. So the fact that they're starting it 8 years after it started is like a good sign, you know?
Right.
It could be interesting. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense though. If you've not seen the other seasons, you said not to watch them.
Absolutely not. Well, okay, if you watch the first 4 seasons, then you should know that Dexter, everyone in his life just dies, and he becomes a lumberjack. That's all you need to know. That's why people
Okay.
hate it. Yeah.
So like,
Okay.
just watch the first 4 seasons and then the final episode of the last one.
Then look up Dexter final scene on YouTube, and then there you go.
Or that, just look it up. The scene. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Sounds
If you're
good.
looking forward for Dexter, there it is. To all the Dexter fans, I don't. Good for you guys.
All 2 of you.
Right. All.
Fuck.
Very true.
That hurt.
Next on the show notes. This one's for me personally, but also for you guys, kind of. Hideo Yamato's Homunculus will be adapted into a live-action film in 2021. So really quick, Homunculus is this manga by Hideo Yamamoto. Who it's like it's really really good. It was made in like it's a super like not really well known manga. It's very short as well. You can read it probably like in a day or two. But basically, it's about this guy who gets this surgery done where they open a small hole in his head, and that causes him to see illusions and shit. But the illusions are like projections of his own like personal problems, and like he goes throughout the manga trying to like solve other people's like problems, but they're just reflection of them. It's pretty fucking cool. I hope you guys should read it, and then you should definitely watch the movie if it comes out.
I looked up the
looks
plot on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Drill to the head.
Yeah, were you gonna say, Grace?
Definitely seen. I definitely seen little. I don't know what you call them. Little pages of the manga before.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, I'd seen it shown around. I just had never known where it was from. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
It does look good.
it's very good. I think you guys would be fans of it, especially you, Luis.
Does it make a live action adaptation of this?
Yeah, they're making a live action.
Has there been
film.
an anime of this?
No. It's just been a manga.
So they're
I think-
skipping the anime part.
Yeah, I think I don't think an anime would do it justice. I think honestly, there's a lot of like there's a lot of promise to a live action one because I was reading it, I was trying to figure out how to direct it and how to like make it into a movie, and it's very easy. Because it's not too crazy, but we're gonna move on from it. Just be on the lookout. Read Homunculus if you haven't. It's very short. But we're gonna get into our news topics really quick. So we have a big one.
I don't know if I want to watch a full movie.
We have a big one. Okay, these are our news topics. We don't have too many. We just have two. But this one's our biggest one. Tyler Ninja Blevins signs with CAA. Basically, this means Tyler Ninja Blevins is going to Hollywood. It's gonna be in movies.
Yes.
His voice. How are we feeling about this? How about you, Grace? Let's start with you. How do you feel about this?
How am I feeling about this?
Yeah.
I really like. That's a good question. I think I like it. I mean, no, I mean I don't think he's ever gonna be in anything good. Nobody can catch that man in a serious role.
Oh man, jeez, why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel that way?
Right.
Just like okay, so like I mean I can't judge him solely based off of the clips, but I'm judging him solely based off of the clips.
Right.
You know yeah, like there's I don't know. I think there's too much out there that turns him into a joke to make him like good.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. How about you feel about Ninja Blevins being in Hollywood?
Man, I'm excited.
Right.
Can't wait to laugh at all the haha funny movies he'll be in.
Okay. What about you, Luis? How do you feel about Ninja being in Hollywood?
Man, this shit sucks. Well, what is Ninja gonna be and that's gonna be good? Like, he's just gonna be like a supporting character in a Joe Rogan movie or something, you know?
Right. You
Yeah.
think he'll like slap his name? Like, I
Yeah.
think personally, he'll get his like own film and they'll slap his name on it for money, and he'll just be like a supporting actor.
Maybe he'll be in like
Yeah.
the Fortnite live
In, like,
action films, probably.
Emoji,
Yeah.
emoji movie too or something.
Fortnite live
Yeah.
action? Yes.
Fortnite live action movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yo.
He's been in a lot of ads.
Did y'all see the thing that was like the FaZe Clan member who made his own movie?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, it looked complete garbage. I mean, what are you expecting?
Mhm.
But I really hope this doesn't become a trend, like of
Really?
of streamers going to, yeah, because it's like they're meant, like the thing about comedians going into movies is a lot of times fine because you take someone like I don't know, like a Bo Burnham or like a Donald Glover, who were comedians for a while, and you put them in a movie, like they've already worked on like trying to tell a story to people for a long time. Now, like streamers, streamers play other people's stories and then make memes about them and then respond to people who have made memes about them. So it's like I don't know. I don't think they're fit for it yet. Get another role first.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that it could be a cool thing because like streaming, okay, filmmaking and being an actor is sometimes considerably hard to get into, right? But streaming on like on a I don't know, like streaming like boil it down is pretty easy to do, right? It's an easy way to get your name out there, is an easy way to like try to connect with people. So I feel like if somebody wanted to get into filmmaking or like just wanted to be an actor, I think like doing Twitch on the side is a good way to like set up your connection, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, just get
But
your name out.
yeah, it's a nice way to show promise. Like of course Ninja probably wasn't trying to be an actor, or maybe he was, I have no idea.
It sounds like he's had that aspiration for a while from like the article. Like,
Really?
to get into voice acting.
Yeah, all right, he's voice acting, and he does have a pretty like he does have a pretty like not nice voice, but like I could see it being in like animated stuff because he does.
Honestly, I really could see him as a voice actor.
Yeah, it works,
Yeah.
And like I know this Twitch, like personally, I know this Twitch streamer who wants to get into voice acting, wants to do voiceovers, and I just feel like that people being found on Twitch is just like another like awesome thing. So I know we find it as a joke, and I know it is pretty funny, but this could potentially lead to like bigger names and bigger stars and more diversity. That's where I'm coming at this from personally.
I don't know. The track record for YouTube or like just internet personalities making stuff has not been good.
Yeah,
Right.
they had the TikTok movie the other.
Yeah, they had like the
Earlier
Logan Paul
this year.
movies.
Oh yeah.
Every single thing that's come out of like internet personalities has either been mediocre or just flat out terrible.
And to be fair, it doesn't sound like he's making the movies. He's just gonna act in them. So if I don't know, just be like getting his name on like a movie poster, basically, or whatever.
But does
Yeah.
Popular streamer Ninja.
But is it ever gonna be like, oh, Ninja's in this movie, or is it gonna be like, oh, cool, Ninja's in this?
Hopefully, if they do it right, it's gonna be something that like you actually see in theaters. Because with the Logan Paul, Jake Paul, like all the YouTube creators that have been in a lot of movies, most of the time you never know that they're in theaters. Like their movies never do anything big, so you never I never saw that they were in theaters, and most of the time their stuff goes instantly to like YouTube Red or whatever the
The
premium
only
thing is.
like YouTube movie I know was in theaters was the Fred movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think you're right. I think that's it.
Maybe Smosh in the US.
I
but
forgot that that's a YouTube movie.
Smosh.
Yeah. I think the Smosh in the movie, like the first one they ever did, was in theaters, but only in the US.
Right.
I wouldn't know.
Well, those are all very valid. I don't know.
I think if he just stays in his lane and just does a few voices, it isn't like, what if I made a movie, you know?
Right.
Because you need
It's
like
like
a
a-
base amount of talent to do something like that.
You could get like voice actors that do streaming. I don't have any like examples off the top of my head, but
Voice
they
actors.
could
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
there is. Yeah. I know the voice actor for Joel, I think, is pretty popular when it comes to streaming. From The Last of Us, I think. I may be wrong.
But did he come from streaming?
No, but I'm saying like.
But,
mean,
but that's the question:
works both ways,
is it
though.
streaming personalities coming into like regular entertainment? Can they pull it off? Right.
I mean, I feel like from what we've seen, like the points you brought up. No, so far we haven't, but I feel like there could be.
But there might be a chance.
Well,
I
I'm
guess
just-
there could
It's
be.
just voice acting, though. It sounds like. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's another avenue. So I mean, if we'll get a bunch of like unfiltered garbage from more like internet personalities, and so be it. But I mean, just not watch it. But I don't know. It is another avenue, I guess. Mhm.
If he does well, I'm willing to forgive him. I'm willing to give him a.
Forgive Tyler.
It's like when his first video or first movie comes out, you have to forgive him if it's good.
Right? It's
Live
like,
on the
okay.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll come on the podcast and we'll just do an hour of saying we're sorry.
We're sorry. We're sorry, Tyler.
We're sorry, Tyler. Yeah,
After we reach an hour, we bring him on. Actually.
yeah, right?
Introducing our exclusive interview guest. Tyler
Next
Blevins.
podcast. Look out for Tyler Blevins. Okay. Well,
you need to have me for that one.
yeah, I'll have you on as well. We'll bring bring everybody on. But does anybody have any other thoughts before we move on?
Not really, no.
No.
Luis?
I mean, I wish
Grayson?
him the best, but
But
I think he's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
only time will tell.
It's
Yeah.
hard to mess up voice acting.
No,
No,
I don't
no.
think so.
I don't think so either.
No, if he's just doing his normal voice though, like he's just literally just talking.
But then that's
Like,
not
yeah.
that's not acting. If he's just doing his regular voice, I feel like it's just gonna have that effect where it's like, oh, it's Ninja.
The
You're
guy
never
from
gonna be able
the
to see past it.
Burgers and Archer that literally does the same voice in everything.
That's true. But I
Yeah.
mean, those voices have personality though, and they
Yeah.
fit the character.
It's
Honestly,
his
though,
voice.
he doesn't have to do great. He just has to not fuck it up.
True. If he can read words.
If he can
Sure.
read it without trying to like go overboard and be the star of the show, I think he'll be fine.
I mean, he reads donations for like 2 hours, so I'm pretty sure if he
No,
can
he
read a
doesn't do
couple.
it anymore.
He used to. Okay.
He's so big.
He's
Yeah.
so
He's
big.
he's too big for no donations.
You know.
Right. Well, I mean, we all wish the best to Ninja, our blue-haired prince. But
Wish you best.
from
Papa.
there,
If you
yeah,
mess up-
from
if
there,
you mess up, Tyler.
fuck you.
Yeah. But if you
Yeah.
do good, we'll say sorry.
Yeah, we'll come on here. Well, we're gonna move on to another blue person. Uh,
Avatar?
so this is official. No, this is you have the show notes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This is official. The production of Marvel Studios Sony Pictures Spider-Man 3 has started. And Sony Pictures has reportedly confirmed that the first look at Marvel Studios Spider-Man 3 will debut in 2020. I think they said this December or something, if I remember right. But I don't know. Let's start with Innes. Innes, how do you feel about Spider-Man 3?
Yo, man, I love Spider-Man. He's a cool guy.
Mhm.
I
True,
don't know,
true.
man, you know,
Good
like
point.
is it going to be Spider-Verse? Is that confirmed or we don't know yet?
There's so many rumors. Like they
It's
reported-
basically confirmed. Like,
Well, I mean, there's rumors everywhere. Like they have their own. Reportedly, they've had their own like casting choice for Miles Morales. They've reportedly contacted Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they're signed on to the project. There's like shit everywhere, and like there's so many people saying no, it's not happening. Yeah, it is happening, but
I mean, if we get Miles, that means more Donald Glover, right?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah,
Because he was the uncle.
he was the uncle. He was. Well, I mean,
Harry,
Oh,
don't.
that's who he was?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought he was just a cool cameo. Oh, that's crazy.
So he would be the Prowler if they ever develop that. I don't know.
I think he'll have a quick cameo as a. I don't think they'll like touch on it.
I mean, he probably wouldn't be the Prowler character, but
Right, because this is what's his name? Tom Holland's movie,
Wow.
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
I think if right now the only villain they have really revealed is Electro.
No,
don't-
the Vulture as well.
Oh, really? They got both of them in?
Isn't Scorpion
Yeah.
gonna be in it?
I think so. I heard.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Because they're reportedly they're bringing in like some of Andrew Garfield's villains, some of Tobey Maguire's, and then we'll have Mysterio will probably be back. Considering like I don't fucking remember what happened to him in the last movie, but
I mean, more
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right,
I'll vibe with that.
more Jake Gyllenhaal, more Jamie Foxx, Tobey
Jamie Foxx, I
Maguire.
love Jamie Foxx.
We all love Jamie Foxx,
We Jamie stands.
right, guys? We all love Jamie Foxx, right, Luis?
I never said I hated him. I don't care that he's. I just don't
Yes,
care.
you did. Yes, you did. You said I don't give a shit about what Jamie.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx.
I don't care. Him being. I don't mind that he's in the movie. I'm just not excited that he's in the movie.
Whatever. How do you feel about Spider-Man 3? Are you looking forward to the reveal?
Oh, I'm interested. If all the Spider-Verse things is real? I'm so interested in what they're gonna do.
Right.
It's so completely different because I don't know if they're just gonna be like cameos, or if they're really
Mhm.
gonna implement these like other universes.
Right. What are you hoping that they go?
I hope that they just go full, just crazy, and it just goes like off the rails. Like Tobey Maguire, because he's an old man. He's elderly,
Mhm.
basically. He's gonna be swinging around.
Old Man Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe,
I mean,
what if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are like Peter in the future? Wouldn't that be crazy?
I think that's what they are.
Yeah.
Probably. Supposedly, Doctor Strange is gonna like open his little like butthole portals and like shoot him out.
Oh, I thought you said something else. I was like, what?
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh. No.
I
But
was talking to a friend about this new movie, and apparently a couple months ago, what had happened was that wasn't Marvel losing the license to Spider-Man? Wasn't that a
Yes.
thing that was
yeah,
happening?
Sony. I mean, Marvel wanted the license from Sony,
Oh,
but Sony was like, "No, Spider-Man is ours," and then fine, you can't make any more Spider-Man films. We're not gonna like back it or suppose or something like that. And they were like, "Fine, we just won't fucking make any more." But yeah, I think.
So is this
was it
like
Marvel?
is this full Sony then? Is this
No,
new
this
one?
is Sony and Marvel. I think
Okay.
they came to an agreement. I forgot however long ago, and they were like, "Yeah, we're making Spider-Man 3."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the thing with that was Disney wanted all the merchandising rights.
Yeah, it's something with Disney. They wanted
Just wanted more of a
something, yeah.
monopoly.
More money, yeah.
People got upset at Sony, but dude,
Yeah, it
come
was
on.
like,
You just
why can't
please
you
keep
just-
giving Disney a monopoly, please.
Yeah. Just let them control everything.
Fuck
Go ahead.
off.
so disappointing.
So
I was
annoying.
so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's-
Oh, also, really quick, Tom Hardy's Venom is supposedly being looked at to be in the movie as well.
What did you think of that? Venom.
What do we think about it? The movie?
Yeah.
I didn't like the movie.
I didn't like it.
I was not a
I
big fan.
enjoyed Tom Hardy's performance. The movie was awful.
Yeah,
The
he
soundtrack
was the best
worse.
part.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to enjoy Tom Hardy.
But I think the movie was good enough to be like, I want to see the
And
next.
then
I gotta
so-
see the next one. I gotta see the next one.
Mhm.
And then Venom.
I'm Venom. Hopefully, like Marvel, if they do bring Venom in, hopefully Marvel will take a look at fucking Venom and try to rework his
More,
like
more Eminem in MCU.
It's-
Yeah.
right, more Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. in
It's-
GD.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, Grayson. It's more.
Oh no, you're all good. I was about to say it's like the blue Jamie Foxx. Like
Oh yeah.
there's an easy fix here, and it's just like fix your CGI a little bit, and then
hmm
and I think you'd
just
be all
have
good.
him not glowing. It would have been better that way.
Exactly. It was just like a shit ton of CG.
Yeah.
Venom looked kind of goofy.
Yeah.
It looked really
It took away from the character, kind of.
I like the dynamic though between Eddie and Venom.
Yeah,
Right.
no, the Eddie Venom dynamic is perfect. I don't see why they don't like work with it. Like,
Well,
more,
because
like-
they try to paint Venom as like an anti-hero instead of being an actual villain.
I mean, the Eddie Brock version I don't think is supposed to be an anti-villain or anti-hero.
Anti-hero,
Sorry.
yeah. They kept trying to paint him as like as a hero, and that's why they didn't know what to do with him.
Oh, because you
Yeah.
can't make like a main character in a Marvel movie unlikable, you know.
Right, they need to sell merchandise
Yeah.
and their M&M records.
yeah, because if Venom goes around killing everyone's favorite character, no
Yeah.
one's gonna buy Venom. Venom
Exactly.
action figure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so whenever Carnage got announced that they're doing stuff with Carnage, hopefully they can like.
Are we excited for that?
Bro, fucking Woody Harrelson in that dumbass wig. Fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that. That's so stupid
He
looking.
looks
I'm
like a
excited.
fucking clown. He looks like Ronald McDonald for real.
I love Woody Harrelson. I don't care what you guys say.
I think he'll definitely pull off the insane serial killer.
I don't think so.
I think have you seen Natural Born Killers? He does a pretty good job.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like Carnage, and he doesn't look like someone who'd do something like that with that wig. No,
It was.
He's just a redhead.
he looks so
Right.
goofy.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be intimidated by him. I was bursting out laughing when I saw him at the end of the
The
movie.
character in the comics doesn't look that much better, but then he looks really cool when he's actually Carnage.
Right.
I think
What's
if
his
they
name?
if they nail the CGI or
CGI?
CGI, I mean, because you couldn't tell what was happening in the last one. It's just like a mesh of colors,
Mm-hmm.
and Venom and Riot were just like they're having like an orgy, and I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. That was a lot. That was like a huge.
It was like Transformers where you just don't no characters are distinct, so you
Right.
don't know what's happening when they start fighting because they don't look they don't look distinct at all.
Very true. But we're gonna like kind of really back to Spider-Man 3. Does anybody have any other thoughts about Spider-Man 3?
No.
They got to do something crazy with it
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they got to do something crazy because what they have right now, like if it's just another Spider-Man movie with the two Spider-Man that we had, not going to be that interesting.
Mhm.
What if it's maybe it'd be like a two-parter? Like, because Spider-Verse is quite a big event, it would be quite difficult to just do it in one movie. I mean, I know they did that with the animated one, but I think that worked in that one. I don't think.
Yeah, and they're even doing a Spider-Verse like part 2 on the animated one.
Very
So,
true.
like-
Yeah, they are. But
So yeah, hopefully that would actually be. I would like it if it was a 2-parter.
maybe it will be. Maybe they have it like Spider-Man 3, like Spider-Verse, and then Spider-Man 3, the Spider-Verse 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like a lot of characters to introduce in a Spider-Verse thing, especially for
Yeah.
live action. Like, you know,
Mhm.
you can. I mean, obviously, certain characters would get more spotlight.
Right.
But maybe having Doctor Strange introduce the multiverse and then have the multiverse come over into the next one. I don't know. But obviously, we don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm interested to see what they'll do.
Yeah, I'm interested as well. What about you, Luis? How do you?
I'm interested, but I don't like the amount of stuff that's swirling around. Some of it has to be false. Like they have Electro, they have Vulture, and they have Scorpion, and they have Spider-Verse. Like
Well, I mean, Electro he was like the first, like the show.
right, that's why I think it's just gonna be an Electro versus Spider-Man movie. Because all this other stuff, it seems like way too much to fit into one movie. You know,
It's the Jared Leto one, Morbius.
Morbius. Did that come out?
It's like, no, it's not coming out, but it's like I think that's pretty much confirmed to be part of the MCU, kind of.
God
It's
damn.
it's got the Vulture in it. I don't know if that's maybe you're getting that confused because I know the Vulture's supposed to be in that.
Wait a minute.
Morbius?
It's the vampire
Morbius.
movie.
Yeah.
It looks really bad.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. Oh man, I don't know. All right. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Oh no, it's not about the Spider-Man. I was looking up YouTube movies. Because I had a couple tabs open, and they made a Smosh movie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
had-
we talked about it like this exact podcast.
Like-
Yeah, we're
Wouldn't
talking
big
about
part,
Tyler.
actually,
You know what?
Yeah.
We'll dedicate an entire episode to YouTube. About it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah. So let's.
I don't think it
let's
would.
do that.
I don't think it would be a good episode.
It would be for us.
YouTube movie.
I guess we could. We're gonna move on. So,
It's crazy because the dynamic in Ghostmates is really interesting.
shut the fuck up. We're not talking about Ghost Night. What we are going to talk about is going to set us in the mood for our horror 31 days before kind of feeling. So I wanted to ask these two questions before we move on to our review of Trash Humpers. So, what are some of the worst horror movies you've seen, or what are your favorite monsters or horror villains? I want to start off with Ines. What about you, Ines? How do you feel? How do you?
Worst horror movie?
Yeah.
Fucking the Friday the 13th 2009 remake.
Why?
I don't know. It is an awful movie. It's just like haha stoner, haha whatever, haha.
Right.
This murder.
The one by
It's
Michael
murder.
Bay?
Yes.
I think I know what you're talking about. I remember one scene.
It's really funny though.
What?
I mean, especially when you're like watching it with friends, like there's like a bit like where like one of the girls. Listen, this isn't a spoiler. Who cares about 2009 Friday the 13th?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna watch it. Spoil ahead.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
One of the girls was like swimming around and she's like topless basically, and she's like hiding underneath like a dock, and then Jason's like walking along the dock and like he stabs a machete for the board, stabs her in the head and lifts it up, and like her tits just bounce up and down, and then
There's so many tits in that movie.
there are.
It's crazy. There's a scene where two characters are just having sex, and it's like, what is the point of this? What? Why am I watching this? It's got Michael Bay like smeezed over it.
Yeah,
It's nasty.
it's a really boring, awful movie, but it's quite funny.
Did he direct or did he produce?
Produced.
Produce.
Yeah,
Okay.
produced.
Okay.
Is his company Platinum Dunes?
Oh,
maybe.
Platinum Dunes?
Is that his thing?
Yeah, they're the worst company out here.
Poor guys.
What was it? Texas Chainsaw. I didn't see that. The whatchamacallit? Texas Chainsaw one.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a bunch of remakes.
So many remakes.
Yeah, that's just
Jesus.
what it was. Like he just got given like the rights to make these movies, and just like why?
Okay. What about your favorite monster?
Favorite monster? Well, that's a tricky one actually.
Yeah.
Um,
How about we come back to you and we move on to Grayson?
you guys must have thought of a terrible horror movie you've seen already.
Grayson, what's your worst horror movie?
All right, so worst horror movie.
Yeah.
Most likely was the most recent Jigsaw movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Okay, I'll let you finish, actually.
Go ahead.
Wait. Okay. No. So basically, the entire movie is about like they advertised this movie as a movie. It was supposed to be something that was like the new series. It wasn't supposed to be like you see all these previous movies to watch this. And then they brought up characters from the previous movies and made it like a big plot point. But a lot of times nobody knew what was going on. At points they just like killed people for no reason. And I know it's a horror movie and horror movies do that. Just kill people for no reason.
Right.
But it was like stupid killings too. They used like the most like insane logic to like justify why a bunch of things happened. Like at the end of the movie there's this scene. Turns out the way this one character died was he got sniped on this roof.
Oh,
But the thing is, nobody heard him get sniped. Nobody heard the gunshot.
No, because the guy who got sniped, the cops were shooting him at the same time. So he sniped him at the exact same time, so they couldn't hear him.
Oh, yes.
It's bulletproof. The hell?
Because in a gunfight like that, you wouldn't hear a freaking someone getting sniped. Like,
Yeah.
Also, like from where the person was, the bullet would have never made sense. Like, it was a full. I don't know. It's really dumb. But I just
Jason McAvoy from Wanted.
Wait, what?
Have you seen Wanted?
The
Angelina
curved bullet
Jolie?
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did. Definitely.
Oh, right. They probably wanted the bullet.
They wanted the bullet.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's probably it, Grayson.
And to be fair, in all like the other Saw movies, a lot of the killings are really stupid.
Dude.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying they're like much better, but like Like this one really just topped off the cake. This one really just like
Yeah.
John
Was that-
Kramer is the worst. He's supposed to be like an not what the fuck, you got me saying anti-villain. What was it called? Like an anti-hero. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna like pick the
He's
bad
supposed to-
people. But they're in this. I think in the fourth one, he picks this girl because she's depressed. He's like, you want to play a game? You're not happy with your life. Now fucking put your hand in these heroin needles. He's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
most inconsistent characters of all time. It's really good.
in the first one, yeah, he's supposed to be framed as like the character who's like, oh, maybe the audience can see kind of how justified this is, or maybe he's changing people's lives. But he in one of the movies, he kills a dude because he made a racist comment, and then in another one, he kills somebody because they showed up late to work.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, Grayson?
Yeah, but in this most recent one, there is no reason any of these people die. They're just like,
Weren't they
they've said
all
some
wrong?
mean things.
Uh,
Let us kill them.
what was it? No, actually, I remember.
Yeah, and none of the characters like, yeah.
Okay.
There's one of the kills in one of the Saw movies, like, or one of the guys is in a trap literally because he smokes.
Yeah, and he's like,
Is
I'm
that
gonna
true?
puncture your
I remember-
lungs, you fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like put in the trap with like this like healthy guy, and like the thing is they just have to like hold their breath.
Yeah. It's so bad. He'll just fucking put anyone in a trap. And then the worst part is in almost all the movies, apart from the second one, they always have like victims showing up from the previous movies, and they're like, yeah, but it made me better. As they have like a limb missing and their eyes are gone. It's like, but I feel better now. He helped me. So bad. So bad.
The same thing with that character is they definitely killed him off multiple times, and he's come back multiple times. Like in the most recent in Jigsaw, don't they have like his dead body? Like a lot of the movie revolves around something near his dead body.
Yeah. Okay. So John
been a minute.
Kramer.
It's been
John
a minute,
Kramer
but-
dies in the fourth movie, right? Like the main Jigsaw guy.
Yeah.
And in the new one, there's more Jigsaw killings, and there's new recordings of his voice, and they're like, wait, he's not dead? That's it. And the plot twist is that that apparently he had like an accomplice the whole time, and the fucking accomplice, he went on like OBS or went on Audacity and edited files of John Kramer talking to make new files. So everyone thought he was alive. And he also broke into a morgue and took a piece of his flesh out. And like put DNA in a crime scene, so like he's still
Did you see
here.
this movie recently?
No.
How do you remember all this? Like this movie was just like I was in theaters like laughing, and
What? It's so good. I like this movie.
Oh.
okay,
Okay.
okay. A second one. Sorry to bring up another,
Okay.
but the Mummy, the 2017 one.
Oh,
with Tom Cruise.
Yo, I don't remember shit about that.
I remember this one pretty clearly. It
Tell us about it.
it has your casual like army dude who only wants to like kill and blow things up, and then everyone else is like, don't kill or blow things up, and then he does it, and that's what sets off the entire movie. Pretty sure there's a scene where he fights the mummy. Like
It's
all in the dark.
to fight
There's-
the mummy.
the mummy. There's a scene where he fights the mummy. Nobody knows why he's fighting the mummy. The mummy hasn't like the mummy. I'm pretty sure killed people. A lot of scenes are too dark for you to understand anything. There's a scene where like a bunch of locusts just like fly around. Nobody knows why the locusts are there. It's all over the place.
Okay.
I cannot name you a memorable character besides the evil dude who wants to blow things up.
Russell Crowe?
Didn't Tom Cruise become the mummy at the end?
Does
Yeah.
he?
I think
that-
that's the thing.
No,
Hmm.
no, you're lying. Does he?
I'm quite sure. Like,
I am
because,
the
like,
mummy
He
now.
basically takes on the power because it's like it was like the one of the movies that was playing up for like the dark universe. They have like their own little monsters. and
Oh, you're
ninjas.
right. Yeah. He gets fused with the power of an Egyptian god.
You just look up, did Tom Cruise become the mummy?
I'm looking at
the
the
mummy.
the last one of the sentence the Wikipedia is Nick, now fused with Set, will use his powers for good.
Did you guys
Awesome.
see the trailer they released of any of like the normal audio, and it's just like placeholder stuff.
Really?
Have you seen that?
Oh
kinda do
yeah, where
remember.
they have like only the VFX, not the actual music and stuff.
Kind of. It's like there's also like really weird screams.
It's super silent. It's just Tom Cruise screaming every once in a while. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't even know if it's Tom Cruise screaming.
It's
Like,
like
that's the thing. It's it is really funny.
If you can find it, link it to us. I'll put it in the description, but people can
Yeah.
see it. Okay. We're gonna move on to Luis.
Yeah.
Luis, what's your worst horror movie?
I couldn't think of one, but I could think of one I saw recently. Okay, so you guys know Hulu, right? They have a partnership deal with Blumhouse where they just
Oh, no.
upload some of the worst fucking shit to come
I-
out
I-
this decade.
I saw those.
And they're
I didn't
all
see those movies.
so bad. And the one I watched was called Pilgrim, where this family, like there's a stepmom, a dad, and a daughter, right? The stepmom wants to reconnect with her daughter, so she invites these like Pilgrim cosplayers over to like help them connect during Thanksgiving, and they just start killing people, and it's so bad. It's so bad. I hate it so much because it's such low quality shit, and you're like it's meant to just attract like the most bottom fucking feeder viewers. Like, oh, a Blumhouse logo, I need to watch this. And you're sitting
Right.
there like, why the fuck would anyone watch this bullshit? It's one house set and 3 costumes, and like it looks like blood from a B movie.
Uh-huh.
I'm just upset. I'm more upset that Blumhouse is making B movies and they're getting away with it. You know?
Are you surprised
I-
though? It's
No,
Blumhouse.
I am.
Really?
They don't advertise these movies at all. They're just sitting there, and it feels like a money laundering scheme when I watch them.
No, they are. They're like, welcome to the Blumhouse collection. I see that shit all the time.
No, that's on Amazon.
Oh, is that?
That's
okay,
the new
I'm
one.
wrong then.
The Blumhouse ones came out in like 2015 and 2018. No one knows they exist. There's one where I've seen all of them because I'm so pissed off. There's one where a woman, it's one disco set, and a woman like she takes drugs or something, and she's like, I think I'm gonna die. And then she dies. She jumps off the fucking. That's the whole movie. And it's meant to be like a psychological thriller.
I saw ads for this. I saw ads for these, and like none of them made me want to watch them. But there was a really cool scene. There was a really cool shot on one of them of like the lady who was staring in the mirror with like half of her head off, like with a big chunk of her head removed. Like
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know. It looked kind of cool to me.
They only work. They only work if you think of them as like student short horror films.
Right.
It's really
Yeah.
The only good one is one where I don't know if you've seen the movie Frank. I know Chris has seen it, but the movie Frank is
Yeah,
where a guy
yeah.
wears a giant like mask head, and there's one that's just like that where a guy wears a giant bear head and he becomes the bear at the end. But that's as good as it
Yes.
gets. That's as
Isn't
good
that
as
a
it gets.
Hannibal episode? That happens in
Yeah,
Hannibal.
that happens in Hannibal too. It's so bad.
That's awesome.
Just that whole collection of movies is awful.
Okay.
The
right.
only Blumhouse movie I'm excited for is Spawn, starring Jamie Foxx.
Is that true?
Supposedly.
Holy shit! I'm excited for Spawn. Okay. I have a bad movie. If you guys want to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, lay it on.
My shit awful. I hate this movie with a passion. The movie is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Directed by Andre, and then it's like last name is Danish or something. I fucking hate this movie. I really do. It's complete fucking dog shit. I don't think I've never like sat down and watched a horror movie and was like, wow, this really wasted my fucking time. Till I saw this movie, I'm like, dude, I was on my phone the entire fucking time because fucking boring. Holy shit, right? Okay, so if you've never seen Scary Stories to the Dark, it's basically this super fucking like stories that you're supposed to read as a kid and it's supposed to be fucking terrifying. But I don't know, somehow it must have got lost in fucking translation. Like maybe let's not make the movie scary and just put shitty fucking CGI looking monsters in them. That's
Oh.
gonna sell. So
I thought they were
instead,
practical.
if they were practical, they'd been fucking because they look like shit.
From my
Anyway,
understanding, Guillermo del Toro designed them or something.
yeah, fuck you, Gamer del Toro. I fucking hate you.
That's actually kind of upsetting, because like as a kid, I was like, I read like the shit out of those books. Like
Right.
those were the greatest stories. They were terrifying. Like I couldn't open some of the books because I was afraid of seeing the pictures.
Very true.
Like, that was like the perfect story. Those were like the perfect books for me. So it's like whenever they came out with the other news that happened before that is somebody redid all the art and made it less scary. And I'm like, you're not gonna. It took a downhill turn. The scary stories to tell in the dark universe. It really took a downhill turn.
Right, and this movie really just fucking shits on. Because I remember seeing because I love scary stories to tell in the dark, and then I heard Guillermo del Toro's tied to it. That's even fucking better. I'm just gonna give a quick rundown of the movie. Like basically, this white girl, this white dude, and like I don't know, maybe like a token person of color character. If I remember right, there's 4 people.
He's Puerto Rican, I think.
There you go. He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
They all go into this house, and it's a super creepy house, and they're like, I heard fucking like there's something creepy in this house, right? And they're like, yeah, something did happen, and they get trapped. They get trapped in a wine cellar. The wine cellar has this book, and guess what it is? It's the scary stories that you tell in the dark.
What?
And they open it. Who would have guessed? And they open it, and they're like, haha, this is written in blood. This is insane. And then they leave, and then the stuff starts happening. What? Out of the book? That's crazy. The scary story starts happening. So basically, all the 4 people who originally found the fucking book start dying, and they're like, "What could be causing this?" And then the girl's like, "What if it's the book?" And they're like, "Holy shit, you might be right. It's still in the dark."
You just described the plot of Goosebumps.
Exactly. It's the same fucking movie, but somehow they do it worse
for an older audience.
Yeah, but they do it worse. It's not fucking fun. It's so shit. Oh my god, I hate this movie. So like I'm just gonna give one of the fucking scenes is they get locked in jail, and then one of them they're supposed to like their scary stories are supposed to reflect their own like fear. And one of them is like do you know the monster movie with like the super tall white girl and the blob, that's Seth Rogen? What I'm talking about? Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yes.
The little green thing, the green fucking like water man.
Yeah.
It's basically that, but like kind of like not even scarier. It's just like it just looks more like shit in real life, and so like they're trying to get away from this character, so they're in a cop car trying to outrun it, and then they figure out they can just fucking kill it by running over it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I hate this movie, but I'm just gonna say don't watch this movie. It's not fun to watch. This movie sucks. Don't ever watch it. Fuck you, Guillermo del Toro. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man, he only did the monster design.
I don't give a shit. I hate everybody tied to this movie.
Oh,
That's my least favorite horror movie.
Love Guillermo.
I don't think it was that bad. I thought it was super boring, but I wasn't like, who the fuck, Guillermo? I'm gonna fucking kill you once I fucking find you, you piece of shit.
Because I'm a fucking fan of it, right? And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be sick.
No,
Walked into it.
I never read the things, so I wouldn't know. I saw the behind the scenes. He was just like, he actually pushed for the practical effects, but the director was the one that wanted more CGI.
Yeah,
shit.
It
Yeah.
is some practical, right?
All of it is practical. Every single monster is practical. I think the only non-practical thing is the hole inside the scarecrow. You know what I'm talking about?
That's bullshit. There's no way because that monster.
No. I'm saying before they added CGI. Everything was made practically, and then director was like, "Well, we need more CGI for this to be interesting." Like the weird monster that contorts. That was like a really tall contortionist at first, but they added CGI to it. So you shouldn't blame Guillermo as the director.
Give a shit. I don't care. I hate everybody in this film. It sucks.
Oh man.
I didn't like Pan's Labyrinth either. Fuck that movie.
Right.
No, I'm just being mean
What
at that
the fuck?
point. No, okay, I'm just being mean. All right.
Sorry to Guillermo now, Chris.
No, fuck you, Guillermo. No, he made Shape of Water. That shit sucked too. Yeah, fuck Guillermo right now.
Yeah.
He made Shape of Water, and then he was on this.
2 Hellboy movies though.
The most recent one, I think the most recent one, right?
No,
I don't think he was involved with that one.
I was thinking about talking about them, the most recent Hellboy. I think that's.
Doesn't it suck as well?
It's
Yeah,
but he had nothing to do with it.
We see potential.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I think it's the most embarrassing movie I've ever seen.
Like I love Hellboy. Like I've read
The comics are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely work better with like like a high budget Netflix series or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be true. I see that. Yeah.
Because like basically just like paranormal well, not investigators. What are they? They're like the FBI for ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, R.I.P.D.
No.
I hope nobody gets that fucking
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Fuck.
Do you get that reference?
yeah.
Sadly.
I see what you mean though. They would have created as a Netflix original or
I don't
something.
know what it feels like. It's more of a comedy than horror, and it feels like really like studio produced. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hellboy,
yeah, the new one.
the new one.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be horror? I didn't find the first two scary.
Well, it's more comedy. Like there's all it's PG-13, so there's just a lot of light elements, and it's not
15.
very good.
Well, 15 for me would be R rating for you.
Oh well.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Is that how
I think- I
Scotland
think it-
works?
I don't know. Yeah. In UK, I think we have like the age basically. We don't have like letters.
Oh,
Huh.
right. Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah.
Wait, so what's the difference between like a 14-year-old movie and a 15-year-old movie?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think we have so we call it U for Universal. Basically, everyone can go see it. I think we have
Okay.
PG, so parental guidance.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're a kid, you can go see it, but better to have a kid, a parent around. And then I think it's 12A, which is like you can go see it if you're 12 or whatever, but ideal to have an adult maybe. It's basically just PG plus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh.
That is. And then there's obviously 12. And then it goes 15, and then there's 18s.
Oh,
They don't
cool.
really make any 18 movies anymore.
Really, dude, that's insane.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that would be like M rating or something, right?
18.
I miss for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
See, at 15 years old, I have definitely been. Whenever I was 15 years old, I was definitely kicked out of movies. Like not allowed to go into a movie theater because it was rated R and I didn't have an adult. Yeah.
But you're white.
I don't know.
I'm just shitting. I'm just
How
kidding.
did they let this
But-
happen?
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, I wanted to talk about favorite horror like monsters or like villains. So does anybody have one they want?
Mm,
I thought long and hard about this, and for like monsters,
Yeah.
Gremlins did. Love
The-
Gremlins.
yeah.
wow, that's a really good choice.
Yeah.
know,
That's a good
No
choice.
one else can have that choice. That's my choice.
That's Dennis's choice.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll say Critters, which are rip-off Gremlins. They're basically
Those are kinda
Furbies.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I recently watched The Ritual. Netflix original?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and that monster is fucking insane.
Hmm.
It's such a well designed, like very creepy.
Yeah.
It's like a
Rafe
deer.
actor. I love him.
Mhm.
Rafe Spall, the main guy.
I was trying to remember what else he did. I forget.
Yeah, he's basically he's in a lot of Edgar, right? So Hot Fuzz and
Yeah.
I think he makes like a small appearance in Shaun of the Dead, but
He's in the World's End, I think, too, as well.
no, I don't think he is.
Yeah,
the
he
World's
is. I think so.
Is he?
I think he's
Yeah.
one of the friends. Yeah.
End. I don't think he's one of the main guys. He might have like a
smaller
appearance, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't remember him really.
that was my pick for like monster. I really watched it. I was like, dude, just wanted to see more other monsters.
Yeah, but it's one of these movies.
Yeah, the monster is really sick. Do you have one, Grissom, before we move on?
I don't know about Monster. Not that I can think of. I've been like a long time Alien fan.
That counts.
So it's like I like Alien. That's pretty. I think they do that pretty well. But
That's a scary one.
the villain in Creep, and I mean I know that's what the whole movie is about,
Right.
but still, like the dude plays it really well, and it's a good villain because you're like, is it a villain? Is it not? And then no, this is definitely a villain.
I've only seen the first Creep, and then
What?
yeah,
Second
I
one.
haven't seen the second one. Cause I was like, oh, there's a second one. I'll watch it. But I did see the first one. That's a good villain. I like that.
If we're doing
Okay.
villains, then we should probably shout out John Kramer again.
I don't want to.
He's
I don't really want to talk
such
about
a
Jigsaw.
awful villain. Like after I think the second movie,
And they
and
try to
then
make him inspiring too. They're like,
Please,
yeah,
no,
there's scenes where it's just like him alone, and he's like,
please.
and he's
Let's move
talking to one
on.
of his associates, and he's like,
yeah, as a
"See,
compliment.
they'll never learn.
Fuck,
See, the
I don't
people, the
want to
people's
talk about
greed
this.
themselves are destroying them." And he's trying to be like super inspiring, and it's like, no, you just put him in like the head decapitator 3000, watch them go.
Piece of shit movie. We're not talking about John Kramer.
Well, he's such a complex
I wanted to
character,
talk.
and he inspires so many other
So,
people.
we're moving on.
He wrote
We're
he wrote a
moving on.
book at one point.
This is gonna be cut out. I'm moving on.
Wait, oh come on. So
Better not be
it-
cut out.
About fucking Kramer.
Yes,
Why
they do.
not?
Audiences love that.
Yeah, everyone loves John Kramer.
You're the only person not part of the John Kramer fan club.
I don't care. I didn't.
We're shitting on him, or like saying how terrible a villain he is.
Yeah, now I'm excluded because I hate him.
We
Doesn't make any sense. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to what we've seen and what we recommend. Like, so I wanted to ask you guys: is there something you've seen in the past couple like weeks, or is there something that you want to recommend to? Let's start with Luis. Let's hear more out of you.
Well, horror wise or just movie wise?
Well, if you want to give like a and then like a short normal.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen a few films on Criterion for the horror thing. I've
Yeah,
seen the movie House, which is a Japanese movie about a house that's haunted and eats people. That was really good.
Okay.
And
That's on Criterion, you said?
yeah, it's on Criterion. I was watching all the Godzilla movies again,
Mhm.
and if you guys haven't seen The Son of Godzilla, you should probably watch that because it's The Son of Godzilla is the goofiest fucking thing I've ever seen. He's so dumb. He looks like he just has a constant like allergic reaction to everything.
Yeah.
I saw Funny Games,
Oh
which
shit!
is an Austrian
Awesome.
movie, which I don't want to spoil too much, but it's basically a guy torturing people, and he like makes the audience complicit in it because they're not doing anything right. I also saw the remake, which sucks.
This is really funny.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't have anything. I haven't seen anything. You just went on an entire thing.
I've
pretty funny.
seen. Let me check. I saw
Go
Black
ahead.
Christmas, which I've never seen before, which is a 70s slasher about.
Okay. I was gonna ask the original one or the new one. Yeah.
I saw the new one and I was like, I thought it was just a standalone movie. So I saw
Oh,
the new
right.
one on Criterion, which was also really good. I think that's everything I've seen. I saw The Virgin Suicides, which is by
Right.
Sofia Coppola. She directed Lost in Translation. That's a really heartwarming movie. It's kind of like David Lynchian.
Mm.
Oh, I saw Slumber Party Massacre, bro. This is on Criterion, which is like like high art house shit. This movie is it's borderlining on being a B movie. It's so funny. It's not scary at all. There's tons of tits. It's like, what is this?
And they made a bunch of them too.
Yeah, there's so many more. This is not. I don't understand the influence, but it's really good.
And so, do you recommend? Do you want to recommend one? Just one.
I recommend watching. It's either watch Son of Godzilla or watch Funny Games. Either one of
There
those
you
two. Check those
All
out.
right. There you go.
And the Saw movies.
Okay. Fuck
Which
you.
one?
All right. No. This is gonna cut out.
Yeah.
Is there any movies you recently give a quick shout out and then one recommendation? Go ahead.
I mean, recently I've not really been watching much in the way of movies. Like I've not had as much time, but so can I just fill up with more recommendations?
Yeah, give us. How about you give us? Just give us 3 recommendations. About.
Okay, well,
yeah.
you mentioned The Ritual, so definitely that.
Okay.
Definitely Ritual. Netflix movie, of course. Pumpkinhead.
You want to talk to us about that? I've never heard that.
The monster design is really cool, and the plot is quite quirky for. I think it's like an 80s horror movie, so it's got that kind of cheese to it, but it's quite funny.
Oh.
I mean, not funny but in purpose, but like funny in like the way it all like comes together. I don't know
Yeah.
if you wanna spoiler.
Yeah. Okay. Spoiler if you want
If you want to watch Pumpkinhead,
Pumpkinhead.
basically there's like these like there's a store clerk or whatever, and like his son is like watching the store while he's away doing something, and like all these like teenagers show up on like their dirt bikes, and they knock the kid down and kill him. So the dad gets heckin' mad,
Right.
and he hears about this village out in the woods that has like a house or whatever, like a witch or something who can revive the dead or something like that. Get
Right.
revenge, I think, is the thing. So he like goes to this person and says, I can't bring your son back, but I can get revenge for that. So like you go to like this pumpkin patch and like they dig up this like, I don't know, it's like a fetus. It's been a while since I watched it, but and then it like turns into a big like alien type monster.
Right.
And it like goes around and just starts killing all like the teenagers. Like it's like a Cabin in the Wood type movie.
Okay.
And like and then the dad, like he starts like taking on the appearance of the Pumpkinhead. And like Pumpkinhead starts taking on his features as well. So like they kind of like start looking like each other.
hmm
More Pumpkinhead kills, and then he like I think he ends the movie by killing himself or whatever, and then he becomes the new Pumpkinhead because of the witch or whatever. Like finds him, he turns into like a fetus pumpkin, and like he gets like, buried in the pumpkin patch.
This isn't even a synopsis. You just told us the entire movie.
Nah, man, there's more to it. I could have explained all the kills. I couldn't
Okay.
actually. It's been
Do you want to
it's
give
a
us
fun
one more
movie.
rec? Give one more
One
recommendation.
recommendation. Nothing come to mind immediately.
Okay. Well, if you have one, we're gonna move on to Grayson. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Grayson, do you have anything you've been watching recently? One recommendation.
I haven't been watching a lot actually recently. Just haven't got the time for it.
Ooh.
Yeah. I watched. I think I discussed it last time, but Open Water was one. Don't recommend
The shark movie?
the shark movie.
No.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we talked about.
Yeah, kind of extremely like. There's two interesting scenes, and then it's just them like, it's them floating on water the entire movie, and like, and nothing really interesting happens. Nothing interesting happens. It spends like 20 minutes like telling you about their relationship too, and how they're happy that they left work to get to the open water, and then they get to the open water, get left, and then they just float the entire movie. It's actually just watching people float for an hour and something. One thing I did rewatch recently to show to a friend, one of my favorite movies. Not one of my favorites. Actually, I don't know. I really like the movie. Is Motherfuckers.
Oh right, yeah. I'm talking
I freaking love this movie. Actually, no, I love this movie. English dub or the original French sub. Both of them are really good. Honestly, worth watching. I don't know if it's worth watching twice like that, but it's like either one you pick is really worth it. That can be my recommendation for the week.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess that just leaves. Yeah, that leaves me. I've been watching a lot because we're gonna host a 31 Days podcast this Halloween. So I've been watching a lot of movies on Netflix. But there is two I want to talk about. There's three I want to talk about, and just one of them I want to recommend. So I watched for the first time I watched the Evil Dead, the Sam Raimi movie from the 80s.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you're gonna watch this movie, go into it with open mind. It's very 80s, very low budget, but it's very, very fucking much. I'll say that. And then House of a Thousand Corpses is a Rob Zombie movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was made in 2003.
that looks good.
It's so fun to watch. There's so much style to it. It's very like, if you've never seen a Rob Zombie movie, but you kind of know who he is. You can easily tell like this is his movie because it's very unique. It's very fun to watch. It's very funny. And last, this is the one I want to talk about a little bit, but not really because It's on my 31 days. So I'm gonna talk about it more on the podcast. But it's called #Alive. It's a zombie movie, Korean zombie movie, on Netflix. It doesn't handle like zombies differently. It's very like zombie bite, stupid shit like that. The entire
Yeah.
movie is just like a guy in his apartment and he's trying to survive. So it's a little bit more personal that way. But I'll talk about it more on another podcast. But that's my recommendation. #Alive. So,
Oh, that one. Yeah, I've been looking at that one.
Wait,
yeah.
#alive?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's the Korean film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I think if you guys want to watch it, it's very, very good. I'd watch it with people, but it is also fine to watch alone. But did you want to recommend a third in this before you move on?
Okay, it's not technically a third. I'm going to expand on one of your recommendations and do the whole Evil Dead trilogy.
All right, go ahead.
It's just the whole trilogy of the Evil Dead. They're fucking awesome. Like the second one's the one obviously where he gets the infamous chainsaw hand, and then the third one's not even a horror movie. It's a completely different movie.
Oh, a fucking Army of
Ashley,
Darkness?
Army of Darkness,
Dude,
yeah.
what the fuck? It goes off the rails. It's so good. Yeah.
then
Have you seen the show?
I have seen the show.
Yes.
I've not seen season 3. But yeah, I like the show as well.
Would you recommend it?
I mean, you don't need to watch the show if you watch the 3 movies. The movies are fun, they're on their own. The series kind of adds to it, I suppose, but it's whatever. It's very 80s kind of.
I would say
Yeah.
watch the show if you like the movies. Right.
The show's alright. I like Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So there
Okay.
you go.
All right. Well, that gets the. Oh, actually, fuck. We have Q&A. So we got 2 questions. Cause I put up the questions kind of late. I'm an idiot. I should have done this like a week ago, but we just have 2 questions. One of them is from Instagram. They asked, "Do we like David Fincher movies?" Let's start with Grayson. Grayson, how do you like David Fincher movies?
Do I like David Fincher movies?
Yeah, just keep it quick. We don't have to go.
Yeah,
Please
I like
don't
David
talk too
Fincher
long.
movies.
No, that's what I mean. Well, just like yes or no, and then if you want to talk about it more.
Yes, but keep going.
Okay. What about you, Eunice? Do you like David Fincher movies?
I love Seven, and Zodiac is quite fun to watch. So.
What about you, Luis? Do you like the David Fincher
Man,
movies?
I thought you were saying David Lynch movies. I'm like, 7? What the fuck? Yeah, I love David Fincher movies. He's one of my favorite modern directors.
Yeah, I love him as well. Is there one movie in particular I'll talk about?
Yes. Alien
Well-
3.
No, wait. Let's start with Grayson. Because Grayson, what's your favorite David Fincher?
Fight Club?
No, fuck. I was hoping you would say fucking Fight Club.
Why? Do you not like Fight Club?
I like Fight Club, but it's so fucking overtalked.
Is he just like
Jeez.
you?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I thought it was.
It's very good. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. And it has one of those like mindfuck twist at the end, and those are my favorite kind of movies.
Okay.
And I think this is one of the ones that like really got me like, whoa, movies can actually make me think like that much about it post watching it. And so yeah.
Okay. I get that. What about you? And is there one in particular you want to talk about for a second?
Very basic, I guess, in the same sense, but 7. Because like I specified.
That's
there.
not basic.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone
it
knows
is.
What?
7.
Everyone
Everyone
talks
knows.
about 7 for Fincher.
Yeah, I was about to
Really?
say, that's
Fucking
just as
talking
basic as
about-
Fight Club.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably
It's maybe not as
most popular or second most
joke
popular.
about it as much as Fight Club.
7 is his most popular.
It's probably his most popular, yeah.
I think Fight Club.
Fight
is
Club or
his most
7. Both of them are like, that's Fincher. Everyone knows Fincher for that.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. What about you? What's your favorite?
Well, usually I'd say Social Network, but I'm gonna say Zodiac.
Okay.
It's
Fair
probably the best like monster movie, but there's not really a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those movies. It's probably the scariest movie he's made. I think.
Uh-huh.
It's really gritty
true
and
story.
real.
What do you want to say in this one?
Zodiac's a true story. So
Yeah.
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 That's what makes it terrifying.
That happened. I mean, it happened in the U.S. I don't care.
All right, asshole. Jesus Christ. People died.
That's how I felt
So
about
fucked up.
Trainspotting.
Oh, get fucked.
So
Fuck you, Scotland. Fuck you, Mel Gibson. Fuck you, Braveheart. Okay.
What about
Oh,
you?
what were you gonna say? My bad, my bad.
What about you, Chris?
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, I was gonna say, because if you were gonna take Social Network, I was gonna say Zodiac, but you took Social Net. I mean, you took Zodiac, so I'll take Social Network because I also wanted to talk about Social Network. The fucking scene where Andrew Garfield comes out when he realized he just got fucked by Mark Zuckerberg, also known as Jesse Eisenberg, I think his name is. That's one of my favorite scenes in like all of like cinema. I don't know why. I think Andrew Garfield being mad is like one of my favorite things. But yeah, we all had 4 different ones. So that's shout out to David Fincher. We have another question that says, they want us to talk about sound in movies, like the quote. Okay, this is word for word. Like step, stomp, bam, bam, rah. So this is a real question.
What are you saying to me?
They want us to talk about sound in movies.
Sound in movies.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't really
very,
know how to.
very important.
I like listening to it.
Well, okay. Let's start with
I'm
this.
trying to think of like good examples of like
Yeah.
movies that did sound really well.
Horror
Who'd you-
movies, right?
Yeah. But like, what's your favorite director for sound? Like, you kind of know them for their sound. We want to start that way, or do you just want to like say our favorite movie for sound?
Known for sound?
I'm trying to think of my.
What the
There's
fuck?
a movie that always comes directly to mind.
When I think
Yeah,
sound
go
in
ahead.
movies, I think Christopher
No, but
Nolan. Not,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
I think like Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross.
What did he do?
He did all the Fincher films.
Oh,
From I think 7 upwards. So all like that
7
drone,
Up.
like ambient music is him, yeah.
7 Up.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored.
No,
But,
wait, fuck. Or
uh,
like, who does Christopher Nolan's fucking music? What's his name?
Travis Scott.
No, it's what's his face? The guy that did The Lion King.
I should know this. He's
Think,
so
right?
famous.
He's from
He did the
Venom.
Interstellar. He did dun 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 dun.
That's enough.
Bro, I'm waiting for you to fucking find the name.
I don't know it. It's the worst fuck.
I forgot.
Oh shit! I was just thinking. Okay, so
No one's looked this up. Are you
it's not like the whole movie does sound like phenomenally, but in Hereditary, the scenes, like, it has some scary things in it. Yeah, that's true. But the one of the probably the scariest part of that movie is just at random times the little
Yeah.
clicking of the tongue
Mm-hmm.
and how it just like slips that in. I love that.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer. That's his name.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer. Yeah, there.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound dumb.
It
Now I'm
happens
sounding.
in what?
Hans Zimmer.
Oh no, we're talking about Christopher Nolan.
Ah.
I was gonna say The Lighthouse
I was gonna
because
say La La Land.
that's a musical. Does that count?
Yeah, it does. That's sound in film, homie. You know how it is.
All right. Let's move on. We can finally.
We didn't answer the question at all. We just named off random shit.
Who cares, dude? I want to get into the review. I want to talk about this movie so bad.
Okay.
All right. So last week on the podcast, we said we were going to review Trash Humpers. Now, we all watched it, and we all feel a very
Finally.
certain type of way about this movie. I watched it first out of all of us, just letting you guys know that I'm very.
Woo! Just kidding.
Yes, shout out to me. Trash Humpers is I think it's, does it count as found footage? I would count this as found footage.
No.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'll agree with you there.
Like, you could find this in like a Goodwill on a VHS. You know what I mean?
It's like a snuff film.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
see that.
So Trash Humpers is a movie directed by Harmony Korine It was made in 2009. This guy directed. You probably know him for like Spring Breakers or The Beach Bum or maybe even Gummo. He's also very popular when it comes to music videos. He's worked with Gucci Mane and Travis Scott. Shout out to Travis Scott. But does anybody want to start off our review?
No, I don't think so. I
Grayson?
watched
I'll let
I
someone
watched
else
this
start,
movie
but-
yesterday with a friend, and I don't know if you, but I thought it was really funny. Was that just
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I thought the movie
Yeah.
was super funny. It's basically like a John Waters movie where you just point the camera at the most depraved people you can find. Just people who have like they don't seem to have any morals. They're not normal. They're from like the backwater of America,
Yeah.
and it's so it's kind of unsettling, the whole thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well.
Definitely, yeah.
But I thought it was pretty funny. There's a scene where they power wash a wheelchair, and I don't think I've laughed as hard as I have in like forever.
Yeah.
When I was like, oh, that's so funny. It's a really strange movie. Did you guys thought it
Yeah.
was creepy? I didn't think it was that creepy.
I didn't
I
think
think
it
it
was.
was pretty creepy.
I didn't think
I
it was
think,
that
I think it was
Um,
disturbing, and that was maybe it.
Yeah. I think I wrote down in my notes. I wrote down a lot of what the fucks, like a lot of them. But like when they were listening to babies crying and there's like super low light, sitting on the porches or like, they were just like sitting down and letting like shit play in the background. That's why I was like super creeped out.
Mm.
And I'm talking like, cause there's a scene where they're like sitting on the porch and they're not doing anything. And they're just playing like sounds of a baby crying, and like sometimes they'll like play Mexican, like a little Mexican theme. You know what I'm talking about? It's a little Spanish
Yeah, it was
song.
weird.
It was very weird.
My first note is that they literally hump trash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mine too. Opening scene, people hump trash.
People hump
Actually,
trash.
they hump the trash cans. Don't get your hopes too much. No
Yeah.
trash. No physical trash is actually humped. 0
Yeah,
out of
just
10.
became-
0 out of 10.
Zero.
I will admit, like I know they were like wearing masks, but like they would just look like when the driver from Drive went into like the disguise.
Oh
Yeah.
I posted a picture in the
That was gonna be a thumbnail, dude. Fuck it.
Oh,
It does look like that.
it did
mask.
remind me of something. Wow.
Yeah. It reminded me of Bad Grandpa because he had kind of that.
That's what my
mask.
friend said. Yeah, I look like Bad
Yeah.
Grandpa. Yeah.
Dude, what about Grayson? How are you feeling about this film?
I really liked it. There's a good portion where I had no clue what was going on. But I kind of like I kind of patched things together. Like it was kind of a little bit of a plot by the end. But it was still really fun. Like it was I really liked the movie.
Great.
I liked how anytime a character was on screen and had more than like 4 words of dialogue, they died.
Oh yeah, I wrote that in my notes.
Like, I really like that. Yeah. They used the repetition really well too. With the guy, it's like,
make it,
"Let
make
it get-"
it, make it.
yeah.
Yeah, make it, and
They're-
break it.
Their fucking
like-
laughs.
Oh,
And like that guy was saying like that melody, like that nursery rhyme thing, whatever that was.
yeah. Okay. Real quick. Okay, Ines, how did you feel about this movie?
I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd call it a movie. That's the thing. It felt like a collection of shorts.
Really?
That's how I watched it. Like it felt like that. It was like a bunch of different.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't anything connected. I didn't feel. So it was like a.
Okay.
I'm with you.
There was like chronology to it.
It felt like a web series with a bunch of parts.
Yeah,
And then they just made
web
like a
series.
video of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first watched it at the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, this kid is gonna be part of the story. You know, like the little small kid
I love that kid.
who's missing
That's
hoops like back to back. I
Yeah.
was like, is this gonna be the movie? And then he disappears for the rest of the fucking movie.
My note on the fat kid is fat kid in suit. Funny AF. He can ball and look after kids.
Oh, he's putting a baby doll in a plastic bag.
He's like- I told you I'd kill him. I told you I'd kill him.
That's what the best part of the movie for me was just the people they got to be in it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Imagine like that kid thinks that's his starting role. That
Uh.
kid thinks he's about to take off, and they're making him like carry around a plastic baby. Listen to someone talk about like putting razors in apples. Like,
Okay,
so-
before we get into like the super detail, let's So we all kind of felt it was a super weird. Do you guys think this movie had any meaning?
No,
A little bit.
I don't
There's-
think it does.
Okay, so Louis says no. Innes, how do you feel?
I couldn't tell you. It's quite. I have to watch it again. I think.
Okay. All right, Grayson,
There's-
what do you think?
There's definitely something going on with the. There's definitely like a story progressing with the wheelchair old dude. Because like one, they never humped trash. But by the end of it, like that's whenever they went alone, and it was a real baby, right? Like it wasn't
Yeah.
any longer like the plastic toy. It was like they actually had stuff. And so I feel like there was something going on there with like the reason they were carrying around the plastic baby toy the whole time was because. I mean, I don't know enough of it.
Exactly.
Okay, I really
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
piece together enough. I really can't piece together enough, but there's definitely something there that I probably just didn't get at the time.
Okay, Louis, what are
This
you
is
gonna
what I thought. I was like, oh, there's something there, but I can't give the movie enough credit to just say like I'm not gonna rewatch this movie because I really don't think there's anything there. I think the movie works as like these are fucked up people, right? And they're just doing fucked up things, and there's nothing. This isn't like a character study, right?
I
Like
think
no
it was.
psychology. There's nothing here. I didn't think so. I thought I thought it was more a movie just like showcasing, because the people who made it are from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Showcasing the backwater shit that is Louisiana. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it was like I don't want to say a character, but it was more of a study on like the backwaters of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Fucking shit these people are, because throughout the movie you're constantly seeing like weird fucking homophobic or racist people, or people who just like look like they smell like shit, or like
One of the main characters has a Confederate flag shirt.
Yeah, and then
He's
just
the
like,
cameraman,
yeah.
and that was so funny.
and no one cares. Like they're just destroying shit. Like I think it was just like, I think it's supposed to be a movie about like commentary on like, because the director is, I think he's from Louisiana,
He is.
right? And I think he was just trying to show what the fuck it's like, and I think that's what this movie. He's just trying to show that. All right, I think I don't think there is a deeper meaning, but I think that is that like.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have you seen a John Waters movie?
No, I haven't. You have to show me one.
It's basically you point a camera at just the like fucked up people. He has a movie called Pink Flamingos where there's this really like fat guy in drag, and the whole movie is him saying, "I am the dirtiest motherfucker alive." And throughout the movie, he just does dirtier, dirtier, and dirtier shit with like hints of a story, which is basically it's just showcasing awful, awful people, like that fucking soldier who's doing like Hail Hitlers as his son is just watching him.
Right.
Or that guy like shredding guitar as they're like killing a guy with a plastic bag.
Yeah. Okay, now we can get into like whatever the fuck we want. Does anybody want to bring up something?
Yeah, isn't Trash Humpers? I thought it was a metaphor. Or I don't even want to say the word metaphor. That's too giving me too much credit. But it's like it's supposed to be the people of Louisiana, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought it was just a guy who really hated where he came from.
Right.
Or really appreciated it and was like, I gotta make a movie about this shit.
I wanted to talk about the monologue from like the guy in the basement. Like he was connected. They were like in like not Scrubs, but like the shit when you're at the hospital.
We don't have a head.
Huh?
Like we don't have a head. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. He was just having a little monologue in the basement, and they're like, "I told you to tell us jokes, be funny, some bit," and then there's just like, I wanted to talk, like, what the fuck was that? Because
I don't know.
And then
it's more baby themes though, because it was like the thing connecting their heads kind of was like, I don't know. It felt to me like that was more umbilical cord kind of shit.
Yeah,
right.
I thought that too, but then they like separated from each other. Like in the next scene without any like, so I was like, I guess this doesn't matter.
Well, they made them eat like soap pancakes. I think these people were just done.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was soap though. Like, I mean, I'm not a feeling. Why would you actually eat soap?
I mean, we could see a lot of weird fuck.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure if they would just like pussy out on eating soap. I don't
like
think
them
so.
eating soap is like the most like normal shit kind of in the movie.
Yeah.
People want to do it though.
Would I eat soap on
Would you eat soap?
pancakes?
Would you eat soap?
I'm not from Louisiana.
They put a lot of
Oh,
soap.
damn.
I mean,
That was a lot of soap.
I'd give it a chance, but man, they load those puppies up with soap.
It
Yeah,
would be like colored corn syrup or some shit like that.
maybe. I think these people are deranged and like sadistic enough to fucking do that.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
I mean, it's not like green food coloring and corn syrup will cost that much. To be fair.
Yeah, I wonder what was the budget of this movie.
I don't think they recorded it. I don't think there was a budget. I
I
think-
think getting the masks.
Yeah,
right?
the masks and that's it, right?
Camera. And then,
Camera.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
The VHS. That's about it.
All the TVs. They smashed a lot of TVs.
They smashed so much shit.
I think they just found those.
That's what I
I
think.
mean, probably,
dude.
yeah. I mean,
You're
they
right.
probably have the wheelchair. Like, yeah, use this as a prop.
I think they just like kind of got whatever they could, and
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to doing a movie about your own, I feel like you probably just find whatever you can in that state because it wouldn't feel authentic to like buy a lot of shit. I guess.
Yeah. And keep it as cheap as possible.
Yeah, it's probably really fucking cheap to make. Does anybody want to talk about anything else that happened?
I'm gonna talk about the old guy in the maid outfit and the choker,
Go ahead.
and how he gave like this like those characters in movies that give like the end of day speech.
Yeah.
Read the Bible. You know, like Psalms 20:20, the end is coming, and I was hooked on the speech the whole time. And then
Right.
he was like, and God gave us the purpose to hump trash, and I was like, motherfucker. But nothing in this movie is like meant to be taken seriously. It is all just like it's
It's kind of like a bard telling a tale about the trash humpers.
yeah.
Right.
Sort of, as he's like
Yeah.
throwing firecrackers at him. God.
I feel like I don't want it to be that though. Like, I feel like by the end of it, like I want to get something from it, and I don't want to watch an hour and a half of like just footage.
Mhm.
I want to like take some meaning from it, and
Don't go to
so
Louisiana. That's what I got from it.
See how accurate it was.
I think it was pretty accurate.
It is weirdly beautiful, I think.
oh yeah, it was.
It's like a dumpster. I wouldn't call it dumpster fire. Somebody did make, but it is kind of a,
Yeah, dumpster fire can be beautiful.
yeah.
There's a lot
But I don't
of,
want to call the movie a dumpster fire.
Oh,
'cause
it's
it-
not
I
a
mean-
dumpster fire. No.
Yeah, there probably is some like artistic meaning that I wouldn't get because I'm not from Louisiana.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Sort of documentary-like, I think, in a few ways. Like
Yeah.
interview people. The hookers. Remember the hookers?
I wanted to talk about that. I have on my notes. Three asses.
Yeah.
He was just getting like, he was just having sex in front of her
Mm-hmm.
on the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wasn't there he was really just jerking it? Just sauna garden or whatever. And just.
Is that
Uh,
true?
I think.
Pretty sure, like he's
so.
like staring like at trash or whatever. He just starts jerking it.
Oh man, I think so. I think fuck, probably
Hey,
right.
the Confederate flag guy fucks a tree.
Yeah, he starts
Like,
humping a tree.
Like he for real fucks a tree. Like he pulls his pants down, you see his ass.
Okay, I want to ask this: what was the hardest thing to, like, what was the hardest scene to sit through that movie?
The hardest scene for me was the old guy. You know what I'm talking about?
What-
That was like feel my head. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, in
Yeah,
the
I
RV.
thought that was really sad.
Yeah,
They're just like
Oh yeah.
the exploitation really hit like a peak there, and now the son was just like enjoying the whole thing. I thought that was really sad.
Yeah.
What about you in this?
I think it's probably the same. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Grayson?
I don't know the kid scene, the scene like
Really?
a little fat kid, like that
Some of
honestly
the-
made me really upset. Like for some
That was
reason,
awesome,
I loved it. Like I liked it, but it
Like,
was
he
like
missing all these shots, but they were like super supportive. They're like cheering him on.
Yeah.
yeah. That
Oh,
was
they were
cool,
laughing
but it
at
was
him,
like
weren't
it was like there's this kid, but they also like told like I don't know. I had a frame of mind and I just lost it.
they? No, I'm with you. They exploited that little kid.
Yeah, they exploited the little kid.
Yeah.
They exploited the little kid, and then it's also like the kid like thinks like these people are like close friends, and then and it's
Mhm.
like clearly they're not, and clearly they're just using him, and they also told him to put a razor in an apple and give it to the guy, give it to a stranger. Like,
Would you like an apple?
Yeah.
and yeah.
I
And then
honestly,
describe the full process of swallowing the razor. Like,
I couldn't tell if like who was acting, who wasn't, because I'm pretty sure it's just the four main trash humpers, right?
Yeah, I think they're all acting, because one of them is the director himself and the director's wife,
Yes.
and the other two I'm pretty sure they were established actors as well and other stuff. If I remember right.
But I think all the other supporting characters, they're all just random people from Louisiana.
They're all,
right?
yeah.
It's just exploited all these people. It's amazing.
I was gonna say the scene that really like just I couldn't get through it. There's one and then 1.5. The scene where he's singing and he comes upon a dead body.
Oh, I was gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead?
What is that? It's just the camera guy slowly. He's singing like creepily, and he's slowly zooming up on a dead body. And it's got like it's a naked body. The balls are out, and it's in black and white. I didn't understand that's when I'm watching. This is the point of the movie where you're watching and you're like, does this mean something? I don't know.
there's so much that y'all are describing that I don't remember at all. Like I was having fun with this movie. Like I was enjoying this movie, but it's like it feels like a lot of the footage just blends together for me.
Oh, I took notes and I made sure to like really take notes.
I remember all of it distinctly.
Yeah, that too.
You know.
I also remember this, but like I have notes to call back on. But yeah, that he was singing, and then because I was watching this at night, and I felt like, and I woke up and I saw like a man's like bare ass, and so I was like, man, it's time for me to go to sleep. Turned it off. Started watching it the day after.
What was the other scene?
Other scene was, they're on like in their backyard, and there's this guy, and he's just like. He's just telling these jokes that are,
dude, what?
And racist.
I remember that. Yeah.
I thought that was really. I thought it was I think one of the best parts of the movie.
It's funny. I think it's great, but it was just so because like it's obvious these jokes they're not jokes. They fucking suck. Awful.
Yeah.
Funny.
They're like anti-comedy.
And then he's like he's just telling these bad jokes, and they're all laughing at it like and trying to egg him on. And then because like the guy who's recording, his laugh is very distinct. I'm pretty sure we can all remember it. And he calls him out. He's like, you know, piece of shit. And he calls him out, and it's like the most surreal like part of the movie because he gets called out as I don't know.
Yeah, no. It was one of the first times they keep somebody else in check. Because throughout the entire movie, all of them just do whatever they want. And then here's a guy like, stopping him. So,
like you're pissing me off or something.
I do remember that. Yeah.
That was as hard of a scene to sit through.
I thought that was really funny because this guy is so blatantly homophobic and racist. He's just letting it rip, and it's funny when they interrupt the jokes.
Yeah.
He's like, "You guys fucked it up," but it's like, what? Two gay guys walk into a bar and they fuck each other in the ass.
Yeah, and that's the joke.
It's
not even funny. He's just like, and he's like, there's these two birds on the beach, and it's I don't know. I remember that part really well, and I couldn't sit through it. I was like, what? How do they just let this shit happen?
It's much like Borat or something like that.
Okay, I see that.
Where the main character tricks normal people into acting like degenerates or how they really are. So I
think that was the point of the masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, check it out.
Well, I think like not having to let people, because like obviously these people are not normal, so let the people who they were around with not be normal as well, and it just brought out like the most shit part of it.
No one cares about the mask.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything. They never bring it up.
Yeah, it is
ever.
Weird.
Yeah,
because they're not real people, and then like they literally just keep doing whatever they're doing. Just they're wearing masks.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like you guys know the scene where they're like in this guy's house, and he's playing like the trumpet.
Yeah. With the guy plays the guitar later.
Yeah. This movie's so weird. I don't know. Go ahead. Love it.
1 second, I gotta prove if I'm just pulling something out of my ass or not.
Okay. Um, but
Trash
I
humpers.
mean, that's true. Does anybody else? Do you have anything else you want?
Yeah. So the little jingles that they were singing,
Mhm.
I
those
think
were
so.
all written specifically for the movie. Like it wasn't just like a borrowed one, which I thought
I,
was really funny. That like
Yeah,
somebody specifically wrote one
it,
of
it
these very maybe you don't even hear the full thing all the way through. I don't. You maybe hear the full thing once, but I think it's funny.
I thought it was funny too when at the end it says a writer. I was like, no way. I
what
do not believe that.
was the song that he was singing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the jingle, but I can't remember. It was like, da, da. It was something I can't remember, but I don't know. This movie's very fucked. I enjoyed it though. Does anybody else have any?
I really liked it, but don't come in expecting a whole lot.
Yeah, that was my biggest mistake. Just like coming to expect something like horror wise, because it is labeled.
I
That's why I
think it's,
chose it.
I feel so was labeled as a black comedy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay.
Honestly, your description of finding this thing at like a thrift store or something like that, like finding
Yeah.
this on camera there, is perfect because that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like something you wouldn't like, like in your dad's like in a house you happen to move into. There's a box and it has a fucking VHS tape, and you pop it in. Um, that's what this movie is. It isn't. Do you think this movie does anything special?
Um,
Um, yes, I think so. There's not really a lot of because it's kind of fucked up, but there's not a lot of modern movies that like exploit people actively just
Yeah.
for the film. There's not really a lot of that anymore, so I think it's special for that. Also, the whole thing is shot like straight up on VHS.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
just so much shaky cam.
if you like that aesthetic, that's good for that.
There's a few wide shots in the movie. It's like just like a still cam like set up on. No,
Hmm.
no, that's not true. I think he's just like standing completely still doing wide shots and shit. But yeah. What about you, Grayson? Do you feel like this movie did anything special?
No, because I can't name you what it is, but I definitely feel like I've seen another thing that's just like a bunch of random clips put together of strange people.
VHS.
Yeah, I've definitely seen, not specifically VHS, but just like random clips of people
Oh, okay.
doing strange things without really any goal in mind.
hmm What about you, Nis? Do you feel like this did this something?
I don't, it's hard to say. Obviously, it feels kind of like it would be like a bunch of like Adult Swim shorts, or
Hmm.
something you'd find on YouTube.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know. I mean, maybe not so much now. I don't know how much of that like those kind of videos were around in 2009, obviously, but like
Right. Yeah, this was made in 2000, so
it
maybe it
feels
was.
like it could
Yeah.
easily have been done. Like those kind of things could be done nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking like if we all got together and try to like, do it, I wanted to an extent we could probably do it. Like considering that, because like all three, like Grace and Luis and I live in the same place, and
Yeah.
we could probably try to do it. But
I
this
still
this
it's still very unique, no?
I think it's super unique.
Yeah.
I've never seen. Well, like you hear about the super racist,
Hmm.
they're fucked, but I've never seen it depicted like in such an authentic way.
Hmm.
Because everything that's happening on camera is real. I don't think anything in the movie is scripted,
Maybe
except
the
for like
maid bit, but I'm not too sure. Again,
I
like,
think I think when they're cooking pancake is like kind of scripted.
oh, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think the make it don't break it. I don't think that part's scripted.
I think
So like,
I think
nobody's
he's I think the
show.
maid bit is scripted because he shows up dead like the next scene, doesn't he?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
don't
but
actually kill him for the movie.
homeless people will do any. I think that guy's honestly. I think that guy's home.
I mean,
I think
probably. I mean,
yeah,
easy to want some
Yeah.
quick cash or whatever.
homeless people would do anything. So I mean, maybe I
Put on
don't
the
know.
maid.
But then that just adds to it. They're exploiting these people,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
a
that's what makes it special.
right.
They are fucked up. Even not even as the characters, but just for making this movie, it is fucked up.
It is very fun. Yeah.
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 Do you have any other thoughts?
Uh, no.
To
Okay.
recommend, I would recommend it.
Okay, yeah, okay. Closing thoughts about the film. About okay, let's go, Grayson. What's on the
Uh, yeah. Closing thoughts. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable for me, but knowing most of the people who listen to the podcast right now, I actually wouldn't say go out and watch it just because I don't think most people will enjoy it. I think most people will see it and be like, "Why did I just waste an hour 40 to see old people dancing around, saying racist shit and like humping trash?"
right?
Yeah,
What about you?
there's too long that is actually it's a good probably 15 minutes of the movie that is just them humping trash. Like if
Yeah.
you added all the trash humping scenes together, 100%.
What about you, Eunice? What are your final?
Well, if it sounds interesting, watch it. But obviously, like, you know, I don't expect much from it. It's a weird movie.
Yeah,
It felt longer than it actually was, but I don't know.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Luis? Do you have any closing?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to if you just watch like just movies like averagely. But
Yeah.
if you like seeing people be exploited, which is weird, but if you like seeing like the weird part of America, like the pieces of shit, all that stuff, I would recommend you watch it. But it doesn't feel as short because it's only like an hour, right?
Yeah.
It does not feel like an hour.
Doesn't it really does
Mm.
not. Um, I guess what I would say about the uh, I do recommend it. I feel like this is something somebody should at least watch once, even if they don't fucking want. But if you are gonna watch it with somebody. I don't think you'd watch it with family members or any family members. I recommend you watch it with a friend
Watch
or
it
you
with
watch it.
grandma.
Yeah, don't watch it with grandma, but you watch it with a friend and you probably get a kick out of it. But yeah, it's kind of creepy depending on when you watch it. Like it's probably it could be fun to watch at night, but I do recommend it. That's Trash Humpers. Do you guys want to rate it out of 5 real quick?
Yes, I will go first. I will give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. What
Yeah.
about you, Grayson? What would you give Trash
I'll give it a 4.
Humpers? Holy shit! Nice. Okay.
Dude, I really like this. I came out of that like, huh. Like I've thought about that. I watched that movie I think like last week and I every day I've thought about it. I'm
Okay.
like I mean I'm it may just be me trying to like pull meaning into something or something like that, but it's like I liked it. It was fun.
I get it. I get
It was
it. I
good. It was
understand.
good.
There you go. 4 and a 3. What about you, Eunice? What would you give this movie?
I'd probably give it a 3 as well. However, if I watched it with friends, might change. Might be more enjoyable with someone else.
Right. We should watch this in the Discord with like everybody. See what they say about it. Right. It'd be really fun. I'd give this movie a 3.5 stars, and I do really like it. It was very fun to watch. But I guess that brings our average down to like 3.5 stars.
I think it would bring it
Yeah,
down
right.
to yeah.
No.
Wait, I don't know.
All right.
Working at
That's
averages in your head.
that was Trash Humpers. Those were our thoughts. Who's next on the list for Rick? That's you, Luis, right? Do you want to say what movie we're watching next week?
Yes, we're gonna watch a movie.
Oh yeah.
But I should probably I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to watch it because that's
Why
on
is that?
Criterion.
Okay.
But I will still recommend it. We should watch House.
Oh shit, the Japanese one.
Yes.
I really want to see this.
Okay.
It's really, really weird. That's all I'm gonna say.
It looks
So
funny.
I think I watched it last month. I'm just making sure. Just checking.
It has a cat on the front of it that's like red,
months.
right?
Yes, that is House. Yeah. If we're not able to access that, we can watch funny games.
I could maybe do okay. I can maybe do a watch party for listeners too. We can have a whole event.
Yeah, maybe. Let us know.
Maybe.
But yeah, those were our thoughts about Trash Humper. You'll know in the next podcast. I want to say a quick thank you to Grace. A quick thank you to Ines for being on the show. he's the first of many. Let's start with your closing thoughts. Do you have any closing thoughts about the podcast or anything?
Hey, it's a good podcast, Chris. I think you're going places, man. This will be the biggest podcast in the world. Everyone will be listening to it.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Luis, how about you? Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yes. Watch Trash Humpers and watch House. Make sure you watch
Alright.
House.
All right.
And
Well,
if you can't, then fuck off.
exactly. Okay. What about you, Grayson? Do you have any closing thoughts on the pod?
Nah, be cool.
Stay in school.
Be cool. Stay at school. Be happy.
There you go. There it is. And my final closing thoughts for the podcast. Thank you if you made it this far into the podcast. Episode 5, hopefully gonna pump out more content for you guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and comment. Comment that you are a trash humper. You know, comment that. I want to say thank you for everybody listening. Share it with somebody if you enjoyed it. But if not, we are Movies on the Buffalo Running Podcast. Thanks for listening.